fishing too? Oh, I'm sure. Okay, so I heard the captain complaining too, and I'm like, alright. I was complaining when it was hot, so I don't want to say nothing. Maybe this motherfucker trying to pay me back or something.
Temperature stays the same, it's just the water temperature went down.
Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, so it cools the whole house.
Oh, it's goddamn. I got 3 blankets on. I'm shaking under the covers and my toes. I'm like trying to, you know, get them together. Fuck that. The slop chest. $15 a case, bro.
15.
My essay, he split this with me, so I got like 2 more. I don't drink as much. I've been taking it easy. $15 for a case. They pimping us, bro.
Yeah. I think water was like, at least the water cheap. Maybe like $1.
Yeah, it's my first time on a vessel where I'm drinking shipboard.
Oh, the fountain.
I always buy cases of water. I just been fucking with the fountain. No problems, but my homeboy got sick on here. He had to go to the hospital. If he didn't go to the hospital, within the next day or 2, they said he would have died.
In the water.
They said the ice was brown. Shit was going on with the water. So upset, of course, when something happened, now everybody want to fix the solution.
Fix the problem.
To another week. Don't think about it too much.
Everybody on my last day.
There you go. When is that?
May 26th right now.
Oh, that's around the corner.
I'll be saying.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Mentally, once you checked out, you're like, I'm ready to go the fuck home.
Yeah.
Trey, thank you, bro, for being here. Appreciate you. Bro, what's your name, age, and where you from, bro?
So, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Trey Manning. I go by Trey though, as you probably heard, because my first name is just a little difficult for some people to say. I'm 28. I turned 28 this year in January.
Happy belated.
Thank you. I'm from Houston, Texas. You know, fellow Houstonians out there. You know, what's up? How y'all doing? H-Town, you know how it is.
H-Town, baby.
My current position on this ship right now is STOS, which stands for Specially Trained Ordinary Seaman. I'm in phase 3 of the Piney Point SIU program, and I've been on this ship for this will be my 4th month.
4th month.
4th month.
Ooh wee, you on your way home, huh?
We'll see.
Respect.
We're trying to get there.
Absolutely, one day at a time. So Trey, phase 3 of the program, be honest, how do you like the phase 3 and the vessel that you're on now?
So phase 3, it's been going okay so far.
Are you getting paid?
Getting paid. Might be getting paid a little bit more, but I'm getting paid.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that previously people were, getting paid nothing. So,
Absolutely.
I'll take what I can get. So I'm getting paid pretty decently on here.
Absolutely.
The ship I'm on, it's okay. The crew is good. The crew is fine. I had some issues with one crew member, but they're gone. But overall, the ship is okay.
Just okay.
Just okay.
Okay.
Like my problem with this ship, like I said, that had nothing to do with the crew. It's just the route and the way the ship is designed. It's mainly, I don't like.
Who was that? Be honest.
Alright, so. Alright.
You don't gotta get into details, but
I will, yeah.
people need to know, like, it's not all peaches and cream out this. It's not all peaches and cream out here.
Okay.
And
yeah. Okay. So when you out here, especially if you've never done this, you're inexperienced. You don't really know too much.
Yeah.
Even though this is my 2nd ship, I'm still learning. So you ask questions, you follow people, you pay attention, you gotta look, see how everybody does something, you gotta try to emulate it or try to do it in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to give you advice, but everybody's advice is not useful. They all want to tell you something, and sometimes it's just nonsense is the nicest word I can think of.
We're gonna sip to that.
Yes.
And you could be doing one thing and everybody else got an opinion about it, how you should work and do this. What's the safest, easiest, straightforward way to do this job without getting hurt or harmed? Not asking you, I'm just putting an example out there, you know.
He was the one who expected you to know everything. And it's like, bro, I don't know what you're asking me to do.
You knew.
Yeah. You don't explain it to me, or if I don't see you do it, I don't know why you expecting me to do it. And even when, like later on through the trip, I eventually, you know, got the hang of it, started doing everything.
Yep.
I would try to help him, and he would, and it's not just me, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm inexperienced, and I don't know, but he would do it to even other crew members. And like, we'll be, for example, we'll be mooring, which is basically we'll be docking, you know, putting the ship in, hopefully not the lines. We'll be pulling in the lines, or we'll be fixing and arranging them, and he would sometimes snatch it out of other people's hands and do it his own way, and it's like,
now it's a fucking safety issue.
yeah.
And it's teamwork, especially what you guys are doing. Teamwork. You cannot do everything by yourself.
You can't. Yeah.
You're gonna get somebody killed out there.
Yeah, that's the mooring is one of the most dangerous things you can do on this ship. On the ship.
And what is mooring? Because I don't have a clue.
So mooring, mooring is basically when you dock and undock it.
Okay.
So when the ship pulls into the port,
Yeah.
you know, you got to set up the lines, you got to prepare
With the ropes and shit, y'all be throwing.
the
Okay.
even lines, and you got to tie everything. You got to make sure nothing is obstructing the lines when you throw it. Everything is set to just feed out.
Right.
Because any fuck up,
No, you good.
any mess up, anything that goes wrong, it's those lines when they're under tension, when there's tension in those lines. If it snaps, anything happens, that's it. That line hits you, you're not surviving. I knew what job he had to do.
Yeah.
Because we do, even though we work in teams, we do have specific jobs. Some of us.
Yep.
So all I did was set up his space, and that's it. Put his rope, put his line out, coil it. People like to coil it however they like to coil it. Sometimes people coil differently so they can throw it better. So set the line up, put it in the station. If we're going to port or starboard, make sure the lines are going on the starboard side. Make sure they're going on the port side, starboard side.
Yeah.
Do all that. And then after that, I'll leave him to his own devices.
So pretty much just have it set up where as though it's safe to maneuver, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it's just so he can set it up, so he can get it done. Because you don't have to be quick when you're mooring. Well, you don't have to be fast when you're mooring, but you have to be quick because it is
timely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't want, like I said, you don't want to rush it. You don't want to
For
just
sure.
go.
Right.
But you want to be quick with it.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
So after I set it up, I would, like I said, leave it to his own devices. Because I mean, what did it for me? I was trying to I was setting something up, and he had to go around me.
Yeah.
And I was trying to grab a line. The line he was pulling, I was trying to grab it so he could just walk over here. I put my hand on it, and we started literally fighting over the line. For 3 seconds, I was like, I'm not doing this. I let
like a tug of war.
Yeah, I threw it, and I walked away.
Yeah.
Right, he got this. He'll do whatever. And then, like I said, from then on.
Even with, walking away from a situation or like that is, you got to be thinking very quickly. Your critical thinking has to be quick because anyone can be put in a position to harm someone or harm themselves.
Yeah. If you think you can, just get out the way. What I said, if anything goes wrong, just get out the way. That's the safest thing you can do. When we're mooring, it's best to work as a team. Right? We're a team at the end of the day. We have to do this all together. He was not that great of a team player. I would try to help him with something like something simple as making sure a line goes around an obstacle. You got to make sure when you're throwing lines to the line handlers on shore, you got to make sure the line ain't getting caught in nothing. So you got to make sure it's past any obstructions.
Yeah.
So simple as me just helping him drag a line. No reason to fight over doing a job.
Absolutely. Especially in that situation, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
That the run, how the ship is set up, everything else is fairly okay.
Fairly okay. Everything else I'm able to deal with.
That's
like,
cool.
Everything's okay. To be honest with you, this ship, the way like the rooms are set up and everything.
Yeah.
My previous ship was a Roro. Much nicer.
Ooh,
ship.
much. Everything on one level.
Yeah, everything's on one level, and they have elevators. They have elevators.
I'm not even gonna ask how many steps you walking up a day. It's crazy.
I'll say this much: from my room to the bridge, which I have to go up to the bridge 3 times a day, it is 11 flights. So you do the math. I'll say this: it only gets rough. It only gets rough up there when you're drifting and you're not going nowhere. Because it's a difference between looking at nothing and moving and looking at nothing and not going nowhere. After 3 days, it's something darting up a wall. It's like, what, you sit up there like, just like, what am I doing here?
Absolutely. Be honest. This is a lot of people think are interested in this industry, and the deck department. It's such a isolated and lonely industry.
It is.
So I say that because what you just said, they don't get it because they're not doing it yet, but they'll see once they on the bridge what you just explained, that like, damn, what the
like, I was interested in the store department, don't get me wrong, I like to cook, so
you can cook.
I can cook. I can cook. I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I can cook.
You probably could cook better than some of these mother freakers out here, but that could be a story for another time. We'll have to test your cooking in the galley, man. We'll have to test you out. See what you can throw down. What you like to cook? Top 3.
Top 3.
If you was home.
If I was home, pasta, Mexican food, and I can't think of a third one.
Don't say noodles and hot sauce, man.
No, not that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But definitely Mexican food and pasta.
Okay.
I really enjoy cooking.
That's what's up. So you kind of answered this already. Do you have any? You kind of answered this already. You do want to move up in the ranks.
Yeah.
Within a certain period of time, maybe 5 years from now, 10, where do you see yourself as far as accomplishing that goal?
So 5 years from now, I want to be in the process of getting my mate's license.
Absolutely.
And maritime college, I've looked into that. Again, life choices sometimes
Absolutely.
don't work out the way you want to. It was a point in time where I was accepted in Texas A&M in Galveston, which has a mates program.
Amazing school, by the way.
Yeah, but my mindset wasn't there, sadly. So it took a roundabout way, but I ended up back here anyway.
Respect. You'll get there. Slowly, but not. I'm not gonna say slowly but surely, but you'll get there once you work a little bit more. All this phase 3 crap, and you'll find your way.
And I don't not say I don't regret it. 'Cause I think everybody has regrets. I think it might be a sidetrack, but when people say don't have regrets, I don't think they mean don't ever make sure you do everything. I mean, it just means that you have to accept the choice you made and then move on from there.
Come on now. Speaking, do you feel like this career is a good fit for you long term or short term, or you still figuring that out?
I can say 70% of it I think fits me well.
Okay.
30% is I'm still figuring it out.
Got you.
Because to be honest with you, I am looking into since I've been on this ship, I've been looking into getting my mate's license.
What made you consider that? Getting your license.
So
as an unlicensed
the unlicensed
right now.
So one of the factors, admittedly, we all do this. It's a job. It's money. They pay as a mate, you make more than enough money. Enough to work just half the year, but they only do six months. That's it.
Say it again. I say this all the time. I'm encouraging a lot of you guys, young, middle, old. I met people at Sunny Maritime in there late 40s going for that third mates. Start from the bottom. These people are working half a year, 6 months, coming out making 120K in 6 months. None at all, man. I know me, I really enjoyed the Philippines. I really enjoyed Japan and Germany. It's just beautiful place, beautiful people. You get treated like royalty in these other countries, so you know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, pretty much.
Seafarer, you have like a top 5 list for countries to visit or port to visit?
Of the ports I've been to, let's see, Belgium,
Of course.
Belgium was great, which was Bruges and Bruges. It's two of us, two different ones. One starts with a Z, I think the other one starts with just plain Bruges. But both of those were fun. I had a fun time there.
Yeah.
Oh, Antwerp, that's what it is.
Antwerp, yep.
Yeah, Antwerp was good.
For sure.
Right now, my rating is what it's called, is STOS, which is Specially Trained Ordinary Seaman.
And that's straight entry level.
That's second level entry level. If that makes sense.
Kind of.
To be honest with you, it's a position they just made up.
That sound like it.
It's a position they just made up recently.
some new shit. That's crazy. I never heard of that till today.
Yeah. So
What is specially trained?
that means I can do watch thing. I can do an AB job
On the bridge.
on the bridge. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that's what that means. The OS can't. They don't have to my knowledge, they don't have the credentials.
Right.
But STOS, they have all.
Yo, that is crazy. I never knew that. I thought OSs never. I thought just ABs go on the bridge and you watch.
No, you can.
So what special training you get? Nothing. They just stamp it and tell your ass to go up there.
Sort of, kind of. The rating we get is what it's called RFPNW.
Mm-hmm.
That's for watch standard. That's for deck department, which is like rating of navigational watch or something like that. Something like that.
So I know with you being on watch, I think you talked about this before. With you already being on watch and eventually going to become an AB, do you have plans on coming to third mate?
I do actually.
Okay.
It's like 80% chance that that's
Okay.
what I want to do.
That's what we like to hear, man. If you could describe this industry in your own words, what would it be? I know everybody's experience is different.
In my own words, what would it be? Interesting.
Very.
That's interesting in both good and bad ways.
We're gonna stick with the good ways right now.
That's what I would put it.
And 2 good ways, what would you say?
I would say the travel and the free time.
It's very flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because previous job, I was working all the time. I never had time to like schedule time to hang out with people or just family or anything like that. I would have to put in for like time off here, or you got to put on PTO here.
PTO,
Yeah.
yep.
Personal time off here, do all this. Or I don't have enough, so I can't do nothing because I don't have enough to get all of it.
Yep.
Now I can kind of plan my own schedule.
Yeah.
So if I want to be off for the summer, I can work January, February, March, April, and I can take off May, June, July, man. Or something
Absolutely.
Like
And that's what a lot of sailors do, you know? Like, I know for me, if I know I want to be out here during the holiday time in the year I want to, then I work at a certain amount of time. Stop, take a break, bring my butt on out here around that good old holiday time to get that holiday pay.
Yeah.
Because everybody want to come home, I'm trying to get to the bag.
Yeah. Holiday pay is nice.
Holiday pay is nice. You get better opportunities, you get on better vessels, because the cat's trying to come home to the kids and the wife and the husband, whatever.
Yeah.
So keep that in the back of y'all heads once y'all get started. Just because you're a C card or just starting out, be ready to hustle come holiday time, because people trying to go home.
And some people, first time, but some heard this from a mate. He was like, coming working during Christmas, I don't gotta get nobody no gifts.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
big facts. Big facts. You are ready to bank to a lot of people. So Trey, what was your process of getting started with coming into this industry? Do you have any friends or family in it, or do you just word of mouth?
So I knew about this industry at a young age because in high school we had a class for maritime,
Yep.
which is the industry, been there for 4 years.
In Houston.
In Houston, yeah.
What's the school name?
School with Jack Yates, you know, all my Yates out there. You got a new school building. I hope y'all seen it, you know.
Represent, baby.
Yeah, Third Ward High, but so I knew of it, but at the time I wasn't thinking truly about it. Yeah, so you know, I did get into Texas A&M. Yeah, I was thinking that was the plan, but then I was young.
Trey being Trey.
Yeah, I was young. I was like, didn't work out that way. To say that.
Yeah.
And so after job, which don't get me wrong, maybe at that time I wouldn't be prepared for this job. Maybe my mentality wasn't there. I mean, obviously it wasn't there. I'm not here now, but after doing all this, I ended up family friend. He actually does bunkering.
Getting on your vessels, how was packing and how many suitcases do you have? Did you overpack?
I don't think I overpacked.
Of course, you're a guy.
I did have 2 suitcases in my backpack. So, yeah. But, it just depends. Like previously, on my previous ship, I did have more bags, but that's because I was coming from Pine Point.
Yep.
So I had their stuff, plus my stuff, plus everything else. So it was just a lot. But from this ship, I packed a lot of just random, like, same color t-shirts. I ain't gonna lie, like just these. I packed some like shorts, basketball, athletic shorts. You know,
Keep it easy.
Long sleeve, you know, stuff like that. To be fair, it's not a lot of stuff. The only reason is probably I have 2 bags, mainly because it's big clothes, because I'm a big guy.
What's the top 5 things that you think sailors should pack in that suitcase? A newcomer or someone that's a newcomer? We'll stick with the newcomers.
Newcomer, rain jacket. Don't care where you're going, don't know where you're going, you need rainwear. Rainwear will be the number one thing. Because I don't have rainwear, it's been rough. Rainwear, after rainwear, you should have some type of thermal. It doesn't matter if you're going to a hot place. We just came from Africa, and we're still in Africa, and it's cold.
It's cold as I don't know what.
We're in the northern part of Africa. It's like 63 degrees. So yeah, some thermals. 3, second pair of shoes. Second pair of work shoes.
Really?
Yeah. You should have 2 pair because you don't know what's going to happen. And for me, I know one day you're in Africa, it rains. Like, I don't know if somebody ever told you that. I just want you to know, if you're ever still in Africa, it doesn't rain a little bit. When it rains, it rains. Okay? And my shoes got soaked. Like my shoes got just...
You got your start date for Pawnee Point. Boom, you went in. So total what? 5 months, 6 months?
Including idle time, 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
Same for me. 5 month wait to get I wouldn't say a start date, but to get everything finalized. You know.
I will say just so you know, like our program is new. The one I was in, it's different from hers, and different probably from other people that you probably seen or talked to about. In our program, you have to choose one area, one department, and that's the department you stick with throughout the whole program. You don't get to go and try and circulate anything like that. If you want to change your mind, you kind of have to start the program kind of over again, or you have to wait. One of my classmates, he wanted to go to engine, so he had to go home, and then he came back to start the class, to be put in the class, to keep going.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, now that's new.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know my program, the stored only department, I knew I wanted to be in the galley, was only 7 weeks. 7 weeks, that's it. I completed Friday. I got on my tanker that Monday. So now these guys are staying 14 to 16 weeks out of school. So make the best decision you can on what department you want to go to.
Yeah.
Speaking of departments, what made you choose the deck over the galley and engine? Be honest.
For the engine, I'll say this. I didn't want to go engine because they're trapped in this ship, in the engine room, in the heat. I didn't want to be trapped inside the ship. That's for both departments. It's one of them. I didn't want to be trapped inside the ship. The next thing is, as much as I do like cooking, I kind of figured I could cook. Like, if I wanted to cook, I can just cook.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, as much as I like it, it's not something skill set I felt I was going to get from the deck department or the engine room felt a little bit more than the steward.
Gotcha.
For me. And in the engine room, again, it's heat. I'm not too interested in engine stuff. I mean, I can change a tire, I can change oil in a car, but I'm not too interested in the engine department. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then it was I don't know if it's okay, but it was a YouTuber. His name Joe Francis. Yeah.
Shout out to Joe, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe.
I watched his videos about what they do in the deck department, and it appealed to me. You know.
Respect.
Yeah, I've seen your videos too.
Appreciate good cooks out there.
Yeah. Without for all you people working the galley, your department, one of the most supporters on this ship, because we're like, if there's no good food, this whole trip sucks.
No good morale.
No good morale. We're all either complaining, arguing. It's a rough time all together.
Leaving. So what has your experience been like? Okay, let's back up a little bit. You finished Piney Point. What was that process of getting your first vessel?
So wait time to get maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks. They told us, okay, we all got our ships. The steward department, the person in the steward department on our ship, she got her ship first.
Okay.
She was gone, I think, within that first week.
Of course.
Yeah. For us, the rest of us, it took again 2 weeks for us to get ships. Some people already had their ships, but they still had to wait.
Yeah.
So ours took 2 weeks, and then after I got our ships, the wait time for that again was about maybe a month.
Damn. Yeah.
Because I got it at the end of June. June 21st was when I got it. So I finished the program end of May.
Mm-hmm.
Like around May, I want to say 20th, maybe.
Yeah.
Had to wait a week or two, finally got our ships, and then had to wait till June 21st to go out.
So by the time you was able to go out to work, what you did a 120?
I did a 60 for the first ship.
60 days.
Yeah, 65. Yeah.
Why 65 and not a 120?
Because I have when I was on that ship, I was an OS.
Okay.
So I was building up my days, and then once I built up another days, I moved from OS to STOS. That's where I'm at now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I had C days. I was getting C days for the 60. I had to do a C project, filled that out, did a C project. C project counts as C days as well.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So that's why the process is a lot quicker.
Go home or you came straight here? Did you get a break?
I got a break. I went home.
How long?
I went home in August,
Okay.
and I think I shipped out again in December.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
So
And I was the deck department is like it's always like you do have your days when you're doing the same thing,
Yeah.
or something like
painting and shipping.
painting,
Yeah.
shipping, greasing. It's old after a while. It's easy, but sometimes it's just old. You're gonna have to mix paint 12 to 15 different ways. Like it's just chipping to everything is different.
Y'all get high off of that?
Paint?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I've been thinking y'all do.
I will admit my first ship, I was painted in like an enclosed space, which is like a space where there's only one exit, or basically no windows or nothing. I was painting, the fumes would get to me. I was like, why do I feel?
Feel a little woozy.
I feel a little woozy.
I
was
swear, because they be coming to the galley ordering food like something is going on with them. I'm like, what is going on with y'all today, man?
Those paint fumes, that paint thinner will kill some brain cells. Usually people related, like any job,
Yeah.
most of the things that's gonna make your experience bad is people.
The job is easy.
Yeah, but people sometimes make it a little bit more difficult than it needs to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah, it was somebody on the ship that we worked, we just could not work together. Like, don't get me wrong, he was good at his job. I'm gonna say that, but like, he wasn't a team player, and like, going from there.
Come on now.
I think that's all it
We'll
means.
sit to that. No more tea left, but we're going to sit to that one. A lot of people can benefit from that advice, man. Question, what does your day-to-day consist of at your position right now on the vessel? Just briefly,
Okay.
wake up
So
at the end of the day.
Right. So my day starts off with a wake up call at 3:20
In the morning.
in the morning.
Oof.
3:20. I get that wake up call, answer that, all right. Sit there for a bit, try to wake up, start getting dressed, start making my way up to the bridge. So you usually want to be there a little early, like 15 to 10 minutes early, because you have to your relief have to give you information on what's been going on. After you get up to the bridge, you spend a 4-hour watch. It's not that bad, honestly. Like, especially if you have a good watch partner. Y'all talk, or some mates like to play music while you're up on the bridge, so you can vibe out for a bit, just as you pay attention and look out into the seas and point out contacts. It only gets rough. I'll say this: it only gets rough up there when you're drifting and you're not going nowhere. Because it's a difference between looking at nothing and moving, and looking at nothing and not going nowhere. After 3 days, it starts to throw you a wall. It's like you sit up there what am I doing here?
Absolutely. Be honest.
Yeah.
This is a lot. So after the morning, you said the wake up call, the bridge, pretty much brief talking about the day, what happened previous day. I'm gonna guess breakfast after that.
Yeah. So
Maybe?
yeah. So after that, my relief comes, give them all the information of what's been going on. Go to breakfast, eat breakfast, go, and for me, so I'm 4 to 8. There's three watch standards, 3 AV watch standards. You have 4 to 8, 8 to 12, and then 12 to 4. They're broken up into 4 hours, and then you do them in the morning and you do them at night. At no point in time on the bridge is there no point in time on this ship, I would say there's nobody, everybody is asleep. Somebody's always up on this ship. It's mainly the deck apartment,
Yeah.
but there are even watch standards for the end of the apartment as well. So this ship is always active, always moving.
24 hours a day working ship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You brought it up, but galley is most important thing on this ship. I'm not yeah, the day sucks. Yeah, you might have a rough day, but as long as you got good food, you be like, all right, you know what?
I can do this shit again.
Yeah, that's not that bad. Yeah. You don't want to go outside, chip and paint, put in pirate stuff. You don't want to do all that work. Come in and eat beanie weenies. It's not it. It's just not it.
Chief Cooks, if you're watching, this is why it's important for you guys. I tell you, we are the heart of the vessel, man. You hear what your fellow crew members just said. Somebody working don't want to come in eating hot dogs and beans. I'm sorry. We want meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Meat and potato.
Meat and potatoes. Something to stick to the ribs, make you feel good.
Yeah.
Emotional support. Right?
Yeah. I think y'all job is. I think customer service job is hard.
For sure.
I think it's something that you have to be. I think it's not for everybody. Obviously, it's not for everybody. I think it's something you have to have a passion to do.
Yes. You don't have to be in love with it, but at least care. Care a little bit. So after breakfast, what's the rest of your day looking like?
After breakfast, I started getting dressed for overtime, which is I do overtime in the morning. They say I can do it in the evening, but I don't want to do it in the evening because I have to go up to the bridge afterwards. So I rather get it out the way early, take my rest period. But yes, I go to overtime. Overtime is some type of maintenance or some type of job related to lines, or it just depends. But it's something doing out there on deck. So it could be chipping and painting, it could be moving a mooring line, it could be splicing a mooring line, which these are terms that I know you probably don't understand.
Chinese.
You got time, I'll get into it, but roll splicing, or setting or doing with the lashings, because we're working on a cargo ship right now. So we do have lashings. Usually the longshoremen deal with them, but sometimes they'll leave it out, so we gotta move it. Yeah, it just depends. It's some type of deck, but it is some type of deck maintenance.
Right. So it's always OT. That's really the bread and butter on these vessels. So it's always something to do for OT.
Yeah,
No matter what it is.
This ship, you can always find work on any ship. I'm not gonna say this ship, just any ship. These ships, don't get me wrong, they're designed to last.
But they need some TLC.
Yeah.
We just gonna say that.
Yeah.
After OT in the morning, then what?
After that, I come back, take a shower, go to lunch, and then after lunch, I have a rest period. So you have watchstanders, and you have daymen. Daymen are like their hours are like people who work on land. They're like 8 to 8, it's an 8 to 8 job. Their overtime is either in the morning from 6 to 7, or it's in the evening from 5 to 7, 5 to 7, or 5 to 8, one of them. So they get regular hours of sleep. They don't have no issues. Watchstanders,
different story.
Our hours, like if you were one of those people who stay up at night and you're a night owl, you might be perfect for this, because your hours are just all over the place.
Sometimes I'll be wondering, like, when do you guys sleep? I feel like I see them all day, or I don't understand. I understand it a little bit, but because I'm not working, I'm like, okay, how are you just sleeping for a couple hours and back up doing a watch for 4 hours? It's crazy.
Yeah. The key to that is green tea, caffeine. It's caffeine, period. Key to that is caffeine.
These people drink coffee all day. All day. Green tea gonna go a long way. Okay, so we after lunch.
Yeah, go to my one of my rest periods.
Rest periods.
Yeah, so that means it's a 4 hour.
Yeah.
Take a little.
Do whatever you wish.
Yeah, take a little break, do this, do that, take a nap, get up, get another wake up call at 15:20, which, by the way, on ships we do military time, so yeah, that's why I'm going back and forth between times. But 15:20.
3 o'clock. 3:20.
3:20.
The easiest way for military time was subtract 2. So if it's fucking 17:30, 7, 6, 5, 5:30, right?
5:30.
Very easy. I know 1300, 1 o'clock. Was it easy for you to learn military time, or just overtime?
I have no issue with it.
Okay. Some people is like,
do I understand what you're saying? Like I had no issues for it. I think it's because I did military time for something. I can't remember what it is, but I know it's stuck.
It's stuck with you.
Yeah.
For sure.
And another way you can do is just, when it's 12 o'clock, just add however many hours after. So like if it's 12 and you've been out for, let's say 3, yeah, you've been out for 3 hours, add 12 plus 3, that's 15.
That's fair.
Yeah. After that, I go up to the bridge.
Back to the bridge.
Yeah. So I go to the bridge. I stay on the bridge for I'm up there early, so about an hour.
Okay.
And it's 4 o'clock, 16:45. I get a dinner relief because I'm 4 to 8. I have to get a dinner relief because dinner is at 5.
Quarter to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little earlier for the watch. People on watch, but.
Yeah, but it's it.
So once dinner is over, are you free?
No, I go back up.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And guys, these steps is, man, I feel like we at Planet Fitness Stairmaster on this ship. The vessel goes straight up. It's very narrow. The steps are like, how many steps you hit in a day, bro? I know at least over 10K.
It's over 10K, yeah. There's no.
That's good.
Yeah. Which is, like you say, it's good.
Absolutely. It's good because we gonna get into that a little later, but he's definitely been on his game with just his nutrition, salads, eating even when I try to get him to cut up some cookies on the side, maybe a little piece of pizza. But our chief cook on here, she's on his butt like white on rice, and he's
strict.
very strict, and that's because she got her own story too. But I mean, look, you see him, you gonna see him in a couple of years or next month. He's gonna, not next month, but you know what I'm saying. He's gonna be a total, complete different person. So it helps. You already doing the physical part, and you doing the nutrition part. So, but I think the next time I'm gonna see you, I ain't gonna know who you is, you know, respectfully. But I'm proud of you. So once you get off the bridge, after that, you have, like right now, we chilling talking. It's freaking Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
So Monday through Saturday and Sunday. Okay, is your days the same or a little more flexible?
Pretty much Monday through Sunday, everything's the same. Sunday, I think it's shift to shift.
Gotcha.
Because previous shift on our roll, we had the way the contract was set up. We had a mandatory 4 hours every day overtime. Even if, like on Sundays, we had something called Sunday Fun Day. Basically, like we just do sanitation and that's it. So you do 1 hour of sanitation and you got the rest of the day off. And you still get your 4 hours. You get the 8 hours and you still get the 4 hours of overtime.
Yeah.
But on here, they're a little tight with the overtime. So
A little tight.
a little tight. So
It's enough money for everybody. I get it.
periods, because we have to be, the reason we have to have rest periods, you might think it's because the company care about us, but mainly because we need to be able to function and pay attention while we're on the bridge and we're looking for content and stuff. So we're in the red, which is basically like if we don't have enough time to rest, obviously we don't do overtime. Today I was in the red in the morning. I could have did more, like Chief May gave me a little, he was like, I can do 2 more hours in the evening, in the afternoon. I chose not to, because one, I think I told you my rating is STOW, well, STOS,
Yeah.
it's, which is Specially Trained Ordinary Seaman. I'm an STOS that's doing AB work. I'm not getting AB pay.
Period.
You know, so I do overtime every day, but because I'm doing overtime tomorrow, which is on Sunday, we usually don't do overtime. I'm not gonna do overtime today,
Respect.
especially for 2 hours. It's just stuff I have to do, which is one of them is a Piney Point Sea project. It's a fantastic time doing those. It's very, it's very useful information. But yeah, I have to do the job. It's not for everybody. It's 100% not for everybody. But it is useful. And I personally, for the most part, granted I am out here for money, but I don't hate the job. I actually do like the job for the most part.
Absolutely. That's the same. It's a breath of fresh air when you do like it. If not, you're going to be a miserable, negative Nancy out here, getting on people's nerves.
Yeah.
So that's the weekend, that's the work day. So that's what your day-to-day consists of, correct?
Yeah. First side, another reason I work today, all day today is overtime. Saturdays, Sundays, all day overtime.
And on the weekends, we get 12 hours of OT and holiday. You guys get the same?
Yeah, I do.
We do, yes.
So I get 12 hours on Saturday. On Sundays, I just get the 8 hours.
Well, you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, baby. Life outside of work. You off of work, any hobbies you went to, vacations you got planned, or you just mainly focus. I heard you say something about the Piney Point Sea project, and that's for phase 3 of the program,
Yes.
or all the phases?
Phase 2 and 3.
Phase 2 and 3. Okay, so let's keep that in mind right there. What is life outside of work and school for you?
So for me,
Don't be flexing either.
So for me, usually consists of, like, especially now that I got the off time,
Yeah.
which is one of a great person. The other job is off time. I would either I cook. I like to cook, so like I work on like just.
We want to see what this cooking about.
Are we watching, YouTube? I want to try cooking it, so go trying to see if I can, copy it, make it better, add some stuff to it.
Make it the Trey way.
Make it the Trey way. Other than that, I do like games. For me, games help me relax.
So you gaming on here, right?
I do game on here.
Okay.
I gotta relax.
Awesome.
Yeah, I game on here. Yeah. You gotta have something to take your mind off, because sometimes you're just in your room and it just be four walls and just like, all right.
Again, lonely and isolation.
Other than that, I hang out with friends. I plan, my family likes to go on family vacations, especially every June recently. Like every June, they've been going on a trip, whether it's a cruise to another state.
Nice. Any other hobbies?
Besides that,
I know you just ain't a computer freak.
yeah.
That's cool too. I like it. What about your love life? Dating, single, married, children? Not to get all personal, but maybe a lucky lady might be watching later on. She's like, "Ooh, Trey." Purr.
No children. I am talking to someone right now. Yeah, we are dating. It's a
Say it,
challenge.
motherfucker,
It's a
say
challenge. It's a challenge because you are doing basically long distance.
Yes.
And so like at certain times like she can't reach me or I can't reach her, or like right now we're like 6 hour time difference, like 6-7 hour time difference.
Yeah.
Right? So like when I'm up, she getting ready to go to sleep. When she's but
It's a challenge, like you said.
yeah, we try to do as best we can. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Even with that can get tough, especially dating. But I'm not gonna, make it a negative experience or a negative comment, because it can work out. That's why I asked this, because people do want to know.
Yeah.
How is relationships and dating? Are you willing to date? Yes, you can, but just know this is a challenge, communication.
Yeah, you gotta explain to the person what you're doing. And some people don't, some people do, some people are okay with it, some people not okay with it. That's all their choice.
Yep. How does she feel about your line of work?
It's not too big of a fan. She supported me in going out here.
Of course.
Like she was like, I want you to do what you feel like.
But she ain't feeling this shit, because she want Poppy home.
Yeah, she's not the biggest fan of this.
It's crazy because it's like, bro, we out there sacrificing our time, our life for a couple of months. We come home 3 months, 4 months, however long you want to stay home, it's up.
Yeah.
All the free time in the world. So what you tripping for?
Yeah.
Not even tripping, it is what it is. It's in a woman nature to,
Yeah.
we can save that story for another day, but
Especially because if you see this, you might say some words.
you know what I'm saying? So, we gonna wish Trey a happy dating experience. I can't wait to hear what's next. And, how do you feel about shipboard relationships on a vessel?
I've never been a fan of relationships in any workplace. I think the saying where don't shit when you sleep. Thanks.
Say that again.
Don't shit when you sleep.
Okay.
So just imagine this though, like on shore, at least you can go home. And maybe you see that person, maybe you contact, maybe you can kind of space yourself away from that person.
Hmm?
Imagine being on here, got nowhere to go. He or she is gonna find you, regardless. Because guess what? Your name is on the door. It's right there. They're gonna find you.
Hey! I know you hit.
And so
She's gonna have a bone to pick with you in a couple 3 hours, and it's just gonna turn into a nasty situation.
on the ship, you have no like sometimes you need space from each other just to decompress, and there's no way you can do that
Absolutely.
like this on here. So
Absolutely.
like, some people do it, you know. Some people it works out for them, you know. It works like everything. There's always those few out there that works out for somebody, but I personally wouldn't recommend
Same. It's like I want to root for it, but I hear so many ugly stories. It's scary. People lose their jobs, sexual harassment, sash, everything. You know. It is what it is. We do not recommend it, but you know, if you get bored, lonely, and want to entertain them situations, just be careful.
it.
Be careful, and yeah, that's all I can say. Any advice for that? Just don't shit where you sleep, bro.
That's what I would. That's the best advice I give you.
You know?
Because I mean, it's just not worth it. I mean, if you really want, you know, get some off, man, we'll be at a port one day. Just go out there,
Absolutely.
find somebody, you know, real quick.
Go to the Philippines.
Go to the Philippines.
Thailand.
Go to Thailand, Germany. Germany got a, you know,
Red Light District.
yeah.
Hey, turn up. Listen, be honest. How's the food on here? How's the food? Be honest. Don't just talk shit because I'm right here. Your honest opinion.
This ship specifically.
On this shit. Well, because you only been on 2.
Yeah.
Coming from Ponty Point, I know y'all on the Freedom Star, where they come and do that thing. They can't cook anyway. But this vessel and the last vessel, is it a big difference in the cooks, or it's been pretty much consistent?
I know it sounds like I'm like trying to show favoritism. Since she's been on, it's been about the same as my previous ship. So on my row, we had a cook. I don't remember his name. He was great.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. You had a chief cook. We had a steward. They would make menus.
Yeah.
And the chief cook loved to cook. Like I would be off because on that ship I was OS, Ordinary Seaman, but I was a day man.
Yeah.
So I worked for regular sleep, I had regular port time, all that stuff. So I would come off of work, it would be like 8 o'clock. I would get off of work a little earlier than that, but I would come out of my room, go get some water, and I'll see that same chief cook in the galley with his music up in there, just getting there.
What's the chief cook name?
I wish I could remember his
You
name.
remember?
I don't remember his name. He was a Asian.
Filipino?
Yeah.
Yo,
Older.
I had a Filipino cook. Yo, he was cooking like a brother, man. He was going down. He put some of y'all to shame. I'ma shut up though.
We even took a picture together. I don't have the picture though, because we was. Well, it was me, him, the bosun, and some other AVs. But we took a picture in front of the ship together.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
So since I've been on, it's been fairly the same.
yeah, it's been,
Which is good.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
good. It's been good food because our previous steward.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on what I walked into, what I'm personally going through, and that's a whole nother story. The previous steward quit. The SA and the chief cook been by themselves for 30 days, maybe going on 2 months.
About to, yeah.
I don't really know the full scope of the story. I just know I walked into a lot of drama and BS. So you got a cook that can cook, but it's situations that happen out here where people just up and leave, and they got missing man pay, but now the cook can just focus on what she do best, cook.
Yeah, cook.
And she might do everything best, but she can put all that love and attention into her food, which is good for the crew members. You know what I'm saying? So that's good, man. Any favorite meals since you've been on yet, or just? And I know you've been doing your thing with the shallot and everything, so you've been consistent with that.
Yeah.
Any meals you looking forward to, or like we got steak day tomorrow, we got filet mignon on this motherfucker. So
Yeah. Let me see. Any meals that stood out the most to me? It was, to be honest with you, today's burger was pretty good.
okay,
Today's burger was real good because previously, and I won't blame this on the previous
Yeah.
steward or cook because it's just the type of meat we had.
yep,
It made it-
especially in international waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wasn't that great, but yeah, today's burger with curry. We make her. know what? I'll say this. I like oxtails, but I don't eat them that often. This chief cook, the previous chief cook, both of them made oxtails. Some of the best oxtails I've ever had. I ain't gonna lie. It was pretty good.
Yeah, she cooked them things all day too. And that thing, I'm not a big fan of oxtails. I love to cook them. I don't eat them or lamb chops, but I'm her guinea pig.
Yeah.
So when I tell you that meat was sliding off the bone, nice and tender, I hear you.
That's another thing. The lamb chops. I think they're overrated personally.
Yep.
I'm not saying they're bad. I just think people make a big deal out of them a little bit too much.
Too much. I think the lamb should never been touched. Should have just left the damn lamb alone. But you said something about curry. We got curry chicken within the next day or two, so that's coming up. Appreciate it. Out to 2 ships. I think you like the rural more. Yeah.
If I don't know if I ever get a permanent ship, but if I were to, that would be one of the ships I would consider.
Respect.
Because
yeah, rural's pretty dope, man.
But not even that, just the route also gets off in Galveston.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you got it planned out.
Yeah.
And I ask because a lot of these people want to know your favorite, what companies you like to work for, what kind of vessels you want to work for. I've always been that person personally. I don't really care to tell people, don't work for this company, don't work for that company. Work for them all. See what you like, see what you dislike, so you can know if you would like to come back to that vessel or the company, or you don't. I got 3 companies I ain't never going back to. I'll save that for another day for y'all. You know, hopefully you find your way around.
Yeah.
And just work them all. See what you like and dislike.
Yeah.
Let's piggyback on the Sea Project before I get into the paycheck. What is the Sea Project? What does it consist of? And what is the purpose of a Sea Project?
Okay, so just a little bit, I'm touching on this.
Yep.
So the new program we're in right now, you don't get to choose. I mean, you get to choose which department you're in, but you don't get to like alternate.
Got you. Like how they used to, 30 days here and 30 days there.
Yeah.
Strictly in this department.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because of that, your C project will be just one department.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, which is we say it's nice, but sometimes, for some reason, they do throw in random questions that have nothing to do with your department. Like random, like how much horsepower does an engine have? Why would I need anything? Anyway.
Right.
but yeah, so it's mainly just deck department stuff, deck stuff.
Yeah.
Where the paint locker is, how the fire system works, how the fire system works, like stuff you should know.
Absolutely.
How many life rafts on here, how many lifeboats. Part B is about the cargo we carry. So that's very ship specific. So like you have to what containers you carry, what type of containers, what bays, how are they like lashed to the ship, what the lash looks like. You have to this one you have to sketch. So if you suck at drawing, just do the best you can. just being honest. As best you can, because you gotta sketch some stuff out.
Is this done on paper or laptop or system or something?
Paper.
Paper.
The fact that some of the stuff the C Project asks you
Yep.
is old and kind of pointless information, information you won't use.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you will go to you will go to the chief mate or you will go to the boss and ask them this question, and they're like, well, I've never heard of this before.
Yep.
And it's like, all right, so what do I do now? At that point, you just kind of gotta look at the question, hypothesize what you think it means, see what it's pertaining to, and then take an educated guess.
Absolutely.
And that's
Hey, sometimes it's not the right answer, it's the best answer, right?
yeah.
For this vessel, what is coming next? You go back to Pawnee Point or
Yes. So after
vacation first, and when you do go back, will you be going back as an upgrader?
So I will be going back as an upgrader, as
Awesome.
you said. And after this, I will. It just depends. They have 2 course dates. I haven't decided on which one. I'm probably going to end up being the September one.
Okay.
Because even if I do get off before June, it might be full. Because recently, a lot of the classes have been full at Pawnee Point.
Right.
Take some time, hang out with friends, hang out, person I'm dating, go out.
Please.
You want to go ATV and go ATV.
Mm-hmm.
you know, might pick up, see if I can work on tugs
Yes.
while I'm
Come
off.
on out there.
Because one of the most useful teachers I've had at Piney Point, he worked on a tugboat, and most of the information he taught me is out here.
Let me. You mind how much was your first paycheck from your last vessel to this vessel? You mind if we ask that?
My first paycheck.
Starting out.
So my first paycheck on the previous vessel, I think, was 6,000 and some change.
6,000.
It was bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. It's not bad.
The benefit of having a bosun that likes to teach, and you know, having even crew members that are like really decent. They know you're an apprentice. You don't really pay for much when you go out on the shore.
Yep.
So you know, you go out to all these places in these other countries. They're like, nah, you don't got to worry about it. The only thing I had to pay for, I will say, is if we have to catch a taxi or Uber or ride anywhere.
Absolutely.
But other than that, they
You gotta
drinks,
pick up and down.
yeah, drinks, food,
Everything.
yeah, everything. One of the things Period Bosun taught me was, one, cash in another country.
Yep.
Two, always keep money in your sock.
Yeah, subject of money. Any advice or tips for people starting out? Because people always want to know my advice. My advice personally, save for a rainy day. Start off with $1,000 in an emergency fund or a CD. Just get up to 1,000. Of course, we want to work up to 10,000, 20, 30, dependent. Take it easy. Have some fun, but also have emergency fund. Take care of your responsibilities before you guys start blowing your money on stocks, trading. That's cool, but if you can't shave 10, 20, 30K, what are you doing? So any advice for you that might be good for the people starting out, especially the younger people? Anybody over fucking 25 or 30, look, y'all gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of young people in this industry starting out at 18. They see this type of money, they gonna tattoos, Jordans, clothes, go to Japan, get draped out. Listen, that's cool.
Yeah,
But-
it's not that it's not worth it, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Clothes, we'll start there. Clothes, as you can see, what I got on. I got on joggers
That's it.
and a gray shirt.
That's it.
Even the shoes, like these shoes, I mean, they're comfortable, but they're nothing special.
Crazy.
Yeah. You just, like, especially when you come aboard the ship, you can bring maybe one or two, like, decent outfits if you go to port, right? But, like, most of the time you're going to be on a ship, you're going to be working. There's no reason to look good for anybody on here. It's just, you just need clothes that's going to get you through the days.
That's it.
Yeah, just that whole, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Even on your off time. Like, if you want to buy clothes, that's cool, but, like, I heard this before. If you add up, if you go in your closet and you add up all the amount, how much you pay for all the clothes you have in your closet, and it's more than what you make monthly, you need to make some changes.
Definitely. You need to get your priorities in order.
Like brands and designer clothes, they're nice and all. I get it. I know, especially when you're young, you want to look good. Especially when you're dating and you want to look good for
The missus.
yeah. But while we're on that subject, if the person you're with is only
Talk to him.
is
Talk to him.
only with you for your clothes because you got designer clothes, or like what you give out is what you attract. All right. So like if you are giving off the energy that like you talk with money first, you're gonna attract people that's gonna want money.
She gonna play you.